Hey there, it's Tom Corson-Knowles, #1 best-selling author of Destroy Your Distractions. In this video, I want to talk to you about mindfulness and being present. Now, I have to admit, when I first heard about, mindfulness training and meditation and being present, I thought this was all just like woo-woo hippie stuff. It didn't really apply to the real world. It was only, for Zen monks who wanted to live this kind of exotic lifestyle all alone in a monastery. But what I found through just life experience and study and practice and talking to some really intelligent, really successful people is that mindfulness, being present, is actually one of the most powerful tools that we have to be more productive, to get better results, to increase our income, to increase our influence, to have better relationships, right? That whatever your goals are in life, whatever it is you want to achieve, whether it's lots of money or fame or fortune or just having a good marriage and a good family, whatever your goals are in your own life, being mindful and being more present will only help you achieve those goals faster and more easily. And here's why. I want you to just think of an example, right? Think of anything you're doing in life that requires effort, right? Think of just driving a car. If you're driving a car along the road and you're present and you're mindful and you're paying attention to the road and you're paying attention to the car in front of you and you're fully focused and fully present in that moment, you're going to be a much better driver than if you're distracted, right? And that's one of the biggest distractions that we have is our mind. All these thoughts flowing through our mind. Thinking about, what did she say this morning? Was that, what did she really mean by that? Was she saying I'm not good enough? Or does she want to leave me? What all these thoughts that we have about, arguments that we've had with other people or arguments that we might have with someone in the future. Right, our mind constantly gets lost in these thoughts, and the thoughts are always either about what happened in the past or what might happen in the future. And I'll tell you, when we're thinking about what's happening and might happen in the future, that we call those worries and anxieties, right, and fears of what might happen. I'll tell you, 99% of the worries, the things you think about in the future, the arguments you think about in your head, they never happen, right? And at the same time, when you're thinking about the past, all these thoughts from our past, things we wish we could have done differently, things someone said that hurt us that we never really let go of, all this stuff, it just distracts us from the task at hand, from being alive and being present in this moment right now. And so if you're stuck, right, in your mind, either the past or the future, while you're driving a car, you're not going to be nearly as effective and as safe a driver on the road than if you were fully focused and fully present. This is why things like texting while you're driving. Texting is a horrible distraction while you're driving a car. It takes your eyes off the road. It takes your focus and attention away from the task at hand. But I'm telling you, the mind can be just as dangerous as having a cell phone in your car, because if you're distracted by your mind, it's just the same as being distracted by a cell phone or something else. And so whatever it is you want to achieve in life, you can get there easier, faster, and better by being more present and more mindful. Another great analogy to really understand this is sports, right? So if you've ever seen, great sports players and whatever sports you like, whether it's soccer or football, tennis, racquetball, or whatever it is that you like to watch or whatever it is you like to play, you'll know from experience that, sometimes people do what we call choke, right? So people in the Olympics or people in professional sports have these moments where, some of the best players in the world just completely choke, completely mess up, miss the shot, just make a horrible mistake that, and sometimes they make repeated mistakes over and over again, and they look like complete rookies, but we know that they're professionals. We know that they're great athletes. And so what happens? Why do people choke? Why do people make these mistakes? And it's because they're not mindful, right? It's so easy to get lost in our minds, get lost in our thoughts, and be distracted from the present moment, right? To get out of state. So, Tony Robbins and people like NLP and hypnosis world talk about, being in a certain state. And so if you're, playing an elite sport, you're an elite athlete at the top level, and you get into a bad state, a depressed state, a sad state, whatever it is, you can have this moments where it looks like you're choking or you're just messing everything up. Even though you have the skills to compete at the highest level, your body isn't able to actually translate those skills into reality because we're not present in that moment. We're not mindful, right? And so, one of the great ways to, experience this for yourself right away is just find something that you love to do. Find something where when you do it, you get lost. You get into what's called a flow state, right? There's a great book called Flow, which talks about all the science behind, when you're involved in certain activities, whether it's work or sports, where, you do something, and for me and a lot of folks I know, it's like writing. So when we're writing and, we just get in this creative state where we're just writing in hundreds of words, thousands of words over a period of time. And then we look up at the clock an hour later, 3 hours later, and we're like, wow, where did all that time go? It felt like it just flew by because we were in this flow state, this productive state. And that's one way to just see immediately the benefits of being mindful, right? When we get in this flow state, you're automatically mindful. You're not thinking about the weather. You're not thinking about arguments in the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're just fully focused on that task in the present moment. But I'm telling you, there are other ways besides being in this flow state that you can add mindfulness to your life, that you can be more mindful and more present to get better results. And so what I would say, what I would recommend for everyone listening right now is make sure that you are being mindful at least once a day, and be be kind to yourself, because this is something that is a challenge. It takes, many books have been written about this over thousands of years. Many people have been teaching, strategies for meditation and being mindful and being present for thousands of years. And it's a process that you have to learn over time. It's not something you can just, read one book or watch one video and you're, become this perfect Zen Buddhist monk, enlightened soul, right? But what you can do is every single day, try to be a little bit more mindful, try to be present in one thing that you do each day. And so, I would say find that one thing in your day right now where you have problems, right? So maybe you have stress or anxiety or worry or fear, a challenge of some kind in your life, and see if today, when you're are confronted with that situation that is causing, problems or emotional disturbances in your life, try to just be present with it, right? Try to just really be calm, be focused in that moment. Don't think about what's going to happen in the future. Don't think about what happened in the past. Just deal with the situation at hand and try to be present in that moment. Try to remind yourself that, hey, I'm alive right now. I'm experiencing this right now. I'm with these other people with me right now. And I'm just going to try to deal with the situation as it is, and instead of reacting to, things happening that happened in the past, or what our thoughts are about the future. And if you will take this attitude to everything you do in life, you will be more successful. You will have better relationships. You will find that problems in the past that used to get you so frustrated or so angry or so upset or so hurt or so afraid or so anxious, or all wound up in one way or another, you'll find that those kind of emotions just start to dissolve and start to disappear. And it doesn't happen overnight, but what you'll find is that you'll start to change. You'll start to become a different person. Your experience in that moment will change. And because your experience in that moment changes, you'll see different possibilities, different ways of reacting to those situations, different ways of responding to maybe an angry customer who's yelling at you. And when you respond differently in those situations, when you feel differently in those situations, because you're being more present and more mindful, and maybe you have more compassion for the other person because you realize, hey, they're stuck in their mind, right? They're stuck in their mind, worried about what happened in the past, anxious about what might happen in the future and so forth. You can have that compassion for them because you know what it's like to be stuck, right? You know what it's like to be stuck in your mind, to not be mindful. And so when you bring that compassion, that present awareness to everyday experiences in life, you start to your life just starts to become so much better, right? And again, in every way, in every experience in your life can be improved by being present and being mindful. And so what I would say is, start today. You can start doing this with everything in life. You don't have to, sit down and go out in nature and meditate all alone and, sit in the lotus position and have your fingers in the perfect posture or whatever. It's not about, following some kind of rigid form or tradition. I think it's really just about bringing that awareness to the present moment of saying, hey, I'm here right now. I'm going to be focused right now on what I'm doing and what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what's in the present moment, instead of worried about the future or thinking about the past, right? And when you can do that, when you can be present in the moment, it's going to allow you to just make better choices and better decisions in life. And that's really how do you get a better life? How do you get more money and better relationships and so forth? It's all about making better decisions. If you make better decisions with your life will go in a better direction. But it's very hard to do that when we're constantly thinking about the past or the future. And that's why I think having mindfulness in every moment, in every situation as best you can is the path, right? That is the path to success. That is the path to enlightenment. That's the path to fulfillment. That's the path to happiness. because it's really tough to be happy if you're constantly thinking about the past or the future, because your mind's just going to take you to all these negative places, to all these bad experiences, to all these bad emotions, to all these, horrible, apocalyptic things that can happen in the future that have nothing to do with reality, that have nothing to do with this present moment, that have nothing to do with a conversation you're having with a friend or a loved one or a family member or a business partner. And when you're thinking about things that have nothing to do with what's happening right now in your life, that's when you feel stuck. That's when you feel out of power. That's when you feel out of control. It's when you feel like there's nothing you can do to make your life better, because you're constantly thinking about things that you have no control over. If you want to be successful in life, you have to focus on things that you can control. If you work on the things you can control to improve the situations in your life that you can control, to focus on what you can do to make your life better and to make life for other people better, when you focus on what you can do, you'll notice there's all kinds of things you can do to make your life better, and you focus on that and you do that and your life becomes better. But if you focus all your time and energy and effort and emotion on things that you can't control, the past, the future, thoughts going on in your mind, then that's when you feel disempowered. That's when you feel like life, sucks. Maybe you feel depressed or suicidal or angry or upset or whatever it is, because you're not really being present in the moment. And so I found that this has just been an incredibly useful tool for me, and I know it's helped a lot of other people, to just be mindful and remind yourself every moment when you think of it, hey, I'm going to be mindful now. I'm going to be focused on the present now. I'm going to ignore these thoughts going through my mind. I'm just going to be here now and focus on the task at hand. And for me, that's how you live a happy, fulfilled, engaged life. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I'm wishing you an incredible day. Write down some notes from this video in your journal, in your notebook. Take this information hard. Look at it every day, right? Remind yourself every day, I'm going to be present. As much as I can, I'm going to be present today. I'm going to be present with the people in my life, the people I love, and the people I'm not so fond of. I'm just going to be present because they're part of my life. This is my life, right? You only get one chance. You only get one life here on earth as far as we know, right? And so you might as well make it count. You might as well be present and enjoy it as much as you can. And when there are conflicts that come up, bad emotions that come up, bad situations that come up in your life, you're going to be able to handle them much, much better, much more effectively if you're present in the moment, reacting to what actually is happening, rather than just reacting to all the thoughts going on in your mind about the present and the future. So if you found this video helpful, please like it below, subscribe to this channel on YouTube, share this video with other people if you know it would help them improve their life. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your commitment to being mindful, to being present, to creating a better world for yourself, your family, your loved ones, and the whole world. All right, I'm wishing you an incredible day. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.